Glowing masks, underwater cities, ancient tech, and lost civilizations. These shocking finds will blow your mind and rewrite history. The Nazca Lines have always baffled the world. Those giant geoglyphs etched into Peru's desert floor are visible only from the sky. But in 2025, a new discovery shook the foundations of what we thought we knew. Beneath the very soil that holds these mysterious figures, a vast and complex network of tunnels and ancient water channels has been uncovered using cutting-edge LiDAR technology. We're not just talking about a few carved ditches. This is a massive, interconnected system, carefully engineered to harness and distribute underground water across one of the driest regions on Earth. What makes this even more fascinating is the precision. The Nazca people didn't just dig blindly. These tunnels, known as puquios, follow geological fault lines and tap into aquifers that still provide water today, thousands of years later. The system is so effective that some parts are still in use by local farmers. But here's where it gets really strange. Many of these underground channels are located directly beneath the Nazca geoglyphs. Some researchers now believe the lines themselves may have served as markers, or part of a greater ceremonial infrastructure connected to water worship or astronomical cycles. And of course, not everyone is convinced it's just about irrigation. The tunnel's precision, their alignment with celestial events, and the energy patterns recorded around them have sparked theories that stretch far beyond what textbooks suggest. Some theorists claim the Nazca were working with knowledge that shouldn't have existed in pre-industrial societies, perhaps even guided by something not entirely human. After all, how did an ancient culture with no advanced tools create a system so durable, so efficient, and so perfectly aligned with both nature and the stars? Buried beneath the remote Alaskan wilderness near Mount Denali lies a formation so massive and precise that it has puzzled researchers, whistleblowers, and truth-seekers for decades. Locals have long spoken of a pyramid-shaped structure hidden underground, larger than the Great Pyramid of Giza, with perfect geometric angles and sides so aligned that many refuse to believe it could be natural. Official maps say nothing. Archaeological digs, none allowed. The area is tightly controlled, and strange stories have emerged from those who've tried to get close. Sudden compass malfunctions, strange pressure in the air, and even low-frequency vibrations that can be felt but not heard. Some say the formation hums beneath the surface. Others believe it was buried intentionally, not by nature but by design. There are whispers that the structure may be thousands of years old, possibly even older than recorded history. Some claim it's a forgotten monument of a pre-Ice Age civilization. Others suggest it was never human to begin with. What feeds the mystery is how fast any conversation around it gets shut down. No studies, no excavations, no interest from the mainstream, as if something doesn't want the truth getting out. The Black Pyramid of Alaska remains one of North America's most compelling unsolved mysteries. It's there, it's massive, and it's off limits. And until someone is allowed to dig, all we have are the questions it keeps raising. Thousands of miles away from Alaska's frozen soil, in the heat of ancient Mesopotamia, another strange find has historians rethinking old stories. A small clay tablet dated to over 3,000 years ago was discovered in Iraq with something totally unexpected. Step-by-step instructions for building a massive boat. But this isn't the wooden ark you've seen in paintings. This one was round, perfectly circular, like a giant coracle, reinforced with palm fiber rope and waterproofed with bitumen, and it was big enough to hold animals, food, and people. The detail is striking. The text mentions specific materials, dimensions, and construction techniques, written long before most civilizations even understood engineering at this scale. Even more curious, the story sounds eerily familiar. It describes a great flood sent by the gods, a chosen survivor, and a vessel built to withstand it all. It predates the biblical story of Noah by centuries. The similarities have made some question whether our most iconic flood myth was borrowed from something much older, and possibly real. A team of archaeologists even tried to build the boat using the tablet's specs, and it floated perfectly. So, was this just a tale or a technical manual passed down from survivors of a forgotten catastrophe? No matter how you frame it, a dusty slab of clay from a time before history books has managed to shake one of the world's oldest stories right to its core. In the ruins of a long-forgotten settlement in southeastern Iran, archaeologists unearthed something that left even seasoned experts stunned. The remains of a woman who lived nearly 5,000 years ago, with a perfectly crafted artificial eye still in place. This wasn't just a decorative piece. The eye was made of a light material coated in a gold-colored film, complete with a tiny black iris, etched capillaries and grooves so precise that it looked like it was made with tools far beyond what Bronze Age people were supposed to have. The burnt city where this prosthetic was found has already been known for producing strange and advanced artifacts, but this eye was in a league of its own. It fit so naturally in the woman's skull that it must have been worn regularly, possibly even for ceremonial or spiritual reasons. And here's the eerie part. It was still lodged in her eye socket when she was buried, which means it was more than decoration. It was a part of her identity. Some believe this could be the earliest example of ocular prosthetics in human history, not just for function, but possibly status. Was this woman a priestess, a healer, an oracle? Local myths in the region speak of women who could see beyond, and with an eye like that, it's easy to understand how stories like that might have started. It's discoveries like this that blur the line between ancient medicine, ritual, and something else entirely. In early 2025, a team exploring an unmarked cave system near Nazca uncovered a strange circular artifact buried beneath layers of ash and clay. Made of bronze-like alloy with carved ridges and glowing crystalline inlays, the object resembled a mask with non-human features. Locals claim it's part of a lost sky-worshipping ritual. Scientists haven't explained the internal light source. It activates only in total darkness. The artifact has since been locked away for further study. In 2024, archaeologists working at Teotihuacan made a breakthrough that rattled even the most experienced researchers. A vast underground tunnel system hidden beneath one of the most mysterious ancient cities in the world. Using ground-penetrating radar and robotic scanners, experts mapped a multi-level labyrinth stretching beneath the Pyramid of the Moon, packed with chambers, passages, and sealed rooms that had never been accessed before. What shocked everyone was the presence of unusual materials deep within the tunnels. Spheres made of pyrite and clay, shiny and metallic, were found arranged in patterns, as if placed intentionally. One corridor showed signs of being lined with mica, a mineral used today for its electrical insulation properties. There were no human remains, no typical burial markers, and no signs of casual construction. It looked more like a ceremonial or technological complex, something designed with precision and purpose. Theories range from ritual use and initiation rites to astronomical observatories, but others suggest something more advanced. Why build such a complex underground network, and keep it secret? Some believe the tunnels were used to simulate underworld journeys, or even as a form of energy chamber. A few fringe researchers suggest it may have been designed to manipulate natural frequencies or earth energies, and yet no texts from Teotihuacan explain its true function. The civilization left no writing. Just silence, tunnels, and puzzles carved in stone. As more chambers are uncovered, experts agree on one thing: Teotihuacan was far more advanced, and far stranger than we've ever imagined. Off the coast of India, near the modern city of Dwarka, divers discovered something that rewrote chapters of ancient history. Beneath the Arabian Sea lie the remains of what many now call India's Atlantis, a submerged city stretching over miles with geometric foundations, streets, and structures carved from stone. The discovery stunned archaeologists because it matched ancient Hindu texts describing a sacred city that sank beneath the waves. Carbon dating of artifacts and construction materials placed the site at over 9,000 years old, far older than the Egyptian pyramids or Mesopotamian cities. Some of the underwater walls are shockingly precise, and many are aligned to celestial points. Among the rubble, divers recovered pottery, stone tools, and even what appears to be a massive stepped platform, possibly a temple or palace base. What truly fuels the mystery is the mythology. Ancient scriptures from India speak of a city built by Lord Krishna, known as Dwarka, which was swallowed by the sea after his death. Historians once viewed this as legend, but the underwater ruins suggest a real city may have inspired the tale. Some researchers have proposed it was part of a forgotten advanced civilization, one that predates every known urban society. Despite its scale, further exploration has stalled due to oceanic conditions and government restrictions. For now, the ancient streets of Dwarka remain cloaked beneath the waves, holding on to secrets of a time we're only beginning to understand. In Upper Egypt, not far from the Nile, researchers unearthed a human skeleton that didn't match anything they expected. Known as the Nazlet skeleton, this set of remains dates back nearly 30,000 years. but it's what the bones revealed that really shocked the scientific world. The proportions didn't fit comfortably into any known human group. The skull had features more commonly found in much older hominin species, while the body structure appeared surprisingly modern. CT scans and 3D reconstructions showed a strange mix of archaic and modern traits. This wasn't just a matter of ancient variation. The features suggested a possible hybrid, or even an entirely unknown branch of early humans. Some anthropologists propose that the individual may have been part of a now extinct population that existed alongside anatomically modern humans, but left little to no other trace. The burial itself added to the mystery. The body was found with a polished axe made from dolerite, an incredibly hard stone requiring advanced skill to shape. Its quality hinted at a culture with knowledge, craft, and possibly even ritual. Yet there was no sign of settlements nearby. Was this skeleton a remnant of an undiscovered chapter in human evolution? Or was it part of a lost group whose traces were erased by time or catastrophe? No one knows for sure, but one thing is certain. The Nazlet Crater remains don't fit cleanly into any known timeline, and that alone keeps researchers awake at night. In early 2025, explorers deep in the Zagros Mountains of Iraqi Kurdistan stumbled upon a sealed chamber inside a remote cave. What they found stunned everyone. A colossal gold-colored humanoid figure resting on an ornate stone slab. Over 12 feet long, wearing a crown and an intricately carved belt, the figure appeared almost lifelike. Some whispered it was the tomb of Nimrod, the legendary Mesopotamian king. No inscriptions have been decoded and the site has since been restricted, but the photo leaked, and the world is still talking. Over a century ago, divers exploring a Roman shipwreck near the Greek island of Antikythera pulled up corroded bronze fragments that looked like nothing else from the ancient world. For decades, the object puzzled experts, until X-rays revealed a series of gears, inscriptions, and rotating components. Now known as the Antikythera mechanism, it's widely considered the world's first analog computer. But in 2025, a new wave of scans uncovered even more hidden parts, and raised even more questions. Researchers using advanced microimaging discovered fine inscriptions that had never been visible before. These included references to lunar cycles, solar eclipses, planetary movements, and what may have been an astrological calendar. The complexity is staggering. Over 30 bronze gears, some so finely cut that they rival 18th century watchmaking. For a device built over 2,000 years ago, it feels completely out of place. The new decoded segments suggest the mechanism could predict solar and lunar eclipses with stunning accuracy, decades in advance. It even included a dial for Olympic Games scheduling. But here's the strange part. The craftsmanship suggests it wasn't a one-off invention. It looks mass-produced, or at least refined through earlier versions we've never found. So where are the others? Some believe this technology was suppressed or lost after catastrophic events. Others think it hints at a hidden line of scientific progress that's been erased from history. One thing's certain, the more we uncover about the Antikythera mechanism, the more it looks like the ancient world knew far more than we once believed. Hidden deep inside a Slovenian cave called Divje Bab, archaeologists uncovered a small, curved object made of bare bone. At first glance, it didn't look like much, but once cleaned and examined, the object revealed something extraordinary. 4 carefully spaced holes, placed in such a way that they could produce a musical scale. Carbon dating put it at over 60,000 years old. That's right, this could be the oldest known musical instrument in human history. And it wasn't made by Homo sapiens. The flute is widely believed to have been crafted by Neanderthals, a species long thought to lack complex culture or creativity. But if the flute is authentic, it completely flips that narrative. The placement of the holes matches musical intervals found in modern scales. It's not random. It was made with intent, purpose, and likely even artistic expression. Theories have swirled around its purpose. Was it used in ritual, storytelling, communication? Some even suggest the sound it produced had spiritual significance or was used to mimic bird calls. What throws people off is its shape. The sharp tapering, the odd holes, and the way it almost resembles an alien symbol more than a musical tool. Despite some debate about whether the holes were made by humans or animals, the overwhelming evidence, including microscopic analysis, points to deliberate craftsmanship. And that's where the shock comes in. Neanderthals, once dismissed as primitive, may have been composers too. This flute doesn't just make sound, it changes how we hear our own story. In the grassy plains of Victoria, Australia sits a quiet and unassuming stone arrangement. But its meaning is anything but ordinary. Known as the Wurdi Yuang stones, this oval-shaped alignment was built by the Wathaurong people thousands of years ago. For decades, it was seen as just another ceremonial site. But in recent years, experts discovered something astonishing. The stones align precisely with the setting sun at the solstices and equinoxes. In other words, it's an ancient star map, far older than most of its kind. What's even more fascinating is that the site shows an understanding of the solar year long before Western science ever set foot in Australia. The placement of certain stones marks the exact points where the sun sets during key moments of the year, suggesting that the builders were tracking the sky with incredible precision. Unlike the grand pyramids or towering monuments found in other cultures, Wurdi Yuang is subtle, but its accuracy is just as powerful. It shows that Aboriginal Australians possessed complex astronomical knowledge, deeply woven into their oral traditions and spiritual life. Some elders even say the stones reflect the Dreamtime, a cosmic map passed down through stories. The discovery shocked the scientific community and forced many to re-evaluate long-held assumptions about ancient astronomy. It's not just a pile of rocks. It's a working observatory carved out of memory, myth, and millennia-old stargazing. And it might be the oldest in existence. They're small, hollow, and eerily symmetrical. 12-faced metal objects with knobs on each corner and no known purpose. Roman dodecahedrons have puzzled historians for years. They've been found scattered across Europe, mostly in military zones with no inscriptions, no documents, and no clear function. But when one was unearthed in the Netherlands in 2024, far from where these objects usually turn up, it reignited a wave of mystery and new speculation. What's shocking isn't just the design. It's the fact that after thousands of years, no one knows why they were made. Theories range from measuring tools to religious artifacts, astronomical devices, or even gaming pieces. But none fully explain the craftsmanship or consistency in size and pattern. Some researchers now suggest they were used in complex rituals, possibly linked to Roman elite cult practices, due to their consistent association with sacred sites and burial areas. The 2025 find in the Netherlands was especially strange. It was pulled from a muddy riverbed, perfectly intact, with traces of beeswax inside. That clue added fuel to theories that they might have been used as candle holders for ceremonial use, or even optical devices meant to measure light or distance. Still, there's no agreement. The real mystery? Why has not a single text or image from Roman history ever mentioned them? For a civilization that documented everything from street layouts to cooking recipes, the silence surrounding these objects is deafening and deeply suspicious. In the ancient necropolis of Quesna, northern Egypt, archaeologists made a spine-tingling discovery in 2021. Dozens of mummies buried with delicate golden tongues placed inside their mouths. These tiny foil amulets, shaped exactly like human tongues, were meant to help the dead speak in the afterlife. But no one expected to find so many of them in one place. The practice was believed to be rare, reserved for priests or high-status individuals. Yet this tomb contained a mix of ages and conditions, all sealed in carefully decorated coffins and adorned with the strange golden pieces. Some of the bodies were also buried with gilded scarabs, masks, and protective amulets, indicating the site may have held deep religious or ritual significance. What startled researchers most was the quantity. Why so many golden tongues in a single burial site? And why here? Some believe it reflects a forgotten belief system that revolved around voice, speech, or divine communication. Others think the tomb may have belonged to a secret sect or cult with unique afterlife rituals that were wiped from the records. The tomb's discovery also reignited age-old speculation about the supposed language of the gods in ancient Egypt. Lost sounds, frequencies, or utterances believed to open spiritual gateways. Whether or not that's true, the image of the dead being prepared to speak after death is haunting, and suggests there was far more going on in Egypt's burial practices than we've ever understood. Corral, nestled in the Soup Valley of Peru, is the oldest known city in the Americas, older than the pyramids of Egypt. But in 2024 and 2025, archaeologists made a thrilling update. They uncovered several new chambers beneath one of Corral's main platforms, revealing layers of architecture previously untouched by modern tools. These rooms weren't just empty spaces. Inside, researchers found woven textiles, ceremonial instruments, and strange circular carvings in the walls. Shapes that match no other known South American symbols. Even more surprising was the presence of musical artifacts like flutes and panpipes, suggesting the rooms may have been used for sound-based rituals or performances linked to the city's cosmology. Corral has always stood out for what it lacks: no signs of warfare, no weapons, and no fortified walls. Instead, it's rich in symbols, pyramids, and terraces built for communal gatherings. The newly found chambers add to that picture, hinting that music, ceremony, and possibly astronomical observation were central to life in the city. Some of the rooms are aligned with celestial points, further supporting theories that Corral's builders tracked the skies in ways similar to ancient cultures across the globe. But perhaps the most shocking thing is how little we still know about Corral. The city predates writing in the Americas, and no records explain its rise or eventual decline. With every new chamber, the mystery deepens, and so does the sense that Corral was far more advanced than its age suggests. In 2009, archaeologists digging in Modena, Italy uncovered a quiet, haunting scene. Two skeletons side by side, gently holding hands. At first, the media called them Romeo and Juliet, a man and woman buried together in a gesture of eternal love. But a deeper analysis in 2019 revealed something surprising. DNA tests showed both individuals were male. That revelation didn't change the emotional power of the image. If anything, it deepened the mystery. Who were they? Soldiers who fought and died together? Brothers? Lovers? They were buried in a shared grave, dating back to the 4th or 5th century, during a time when burial customs were strict and deeply symbolic. Their bones showed signs of life and hardship, yet they were carefully laid to rest with their hands interlocked. A decision likely made by those who knew them. There's no sign of violence or haste. Whoever buried them wanted this image to last, and it has. Over a decade later, the lovers of Modena still spark global fascination, not only because of their unusual bond, but because their story challenges assumptions about relationships, history, and how we understand emotion across time. No written record explains who they were, but their gesture, one small act frozen in soil for over 1,500 years, says more than pages ever could. Let's journey to ancient Europe, where the mysterious Vinka figurines were unearthed in Serbia, dating back to 5000 BC. These small clay sculptures have features that feel oddly futuristic. Elongated heads, large almond-shaped eyes, and slender bodies. Sound familiar? Many think they resemble modern depictions of extraterrestrials. Their purpose is a mystery. Were they toys, spiritual idols, or something else entirely? Some even speculate they were inspired by encounters with otherworldly beings. Adding to the intrigue is the Vinka culture's early writing system, featuring symbols that some believe could be messages or star maps. Skeptics argue the figurines are simply stylized human representations, but their eerie features make them impossible to ignore. Are they evidence of ancient alien contact or a testament to early human imagination? Whatever the truth, the Vinka figurines remain enigmatic relics, sparking questions we may never fully answer. In the remote, icy depths of Siberia, a chilling discovery sent waves of intrigue through the scientific and speculative communities alike. In 2023, archaeologists unearthed a peculiar human skull near a forgotten settlement, and it was anything but ordinary. The skull had an elongated shape, exaggerated cranial volume, and unusually symmetrical features. Its bizarre proportions bore a striking resemblance to the stereotypical alien head we've seen in countless depictions. Scientists proposed explanations ranging from cranial deformation, an ancient practice of reshaping skulls for ritual or aesthetic purposes, to natural anomalies. But whispers of something more mysterious quickly surfaced. Could this skull belong to a long-lost hybrid, a connection between humans and visitors from beyond our planet? The chilling landscape of Siberia has always held secrets frozen in time. This find only deepens its allure, leaving more questions than answers. Thousands of miles away, in the alpine valleys of northern Italy, ancient carvings etched into stone reveal an unsettling mystery. The petroglyphs of Val Camonica, created over 8,000 years ago, depict humanoid figures with large circular heads radiating lines resembling helmets or glowing halos. These figures stand alongside intricate star-like patterns and what appear to be otherworldly craft. To some, it is clear, these carvings tell a story of ancient extraterrestrial encounters. Skeptics argue these carvings represent gods or celestial phenomena worshipped by early humans. But the remarkable detail in these depictions raises the question, Why would ancient people with no concept of modern technology create figures that eerily resemble spacesuits and spacecraft? The petroglyphs' placement on rocky cliffs, visible only under the open sky, adds a layer of mystery, as if they were meant to signal the heavens. In the lush rainforests of Costa Rica, ancient artisans left behind artifacts that continue to puzzle and captivate. Among these treasures are the Diki gold frogs, small, intricately crafted pendants made by the Diki people over 1,000 years ago. At first glance, they seem like charming depictions of the region's abundant amphibians, but a closer look reveals something extraordinary. The frogs are stylized in ways that resemble sleek, aerodynamic designs, almost as if they were tiny models of futuristic craft. This detail has sparked intense speculation. Were these golden frogs merely artistic representations of nature, or could they hint at a deeper, more otherworldly connection? Some theorists suggest that these pendants might reflect advanced technologies the Diki people could never have known, or encountered beings who did. Adding to the intrigue, their discovery coincides with other anomalous artifacts across the Americas that seem to hint at ancient knowledge far beyond its time. From Costa Rica's jungle treasures, our journey now takes us across the Pacific, to a modern mystery that lit up Japan's skies. In June 2020, the clear skies over northern Japan became the stage for an enigmatic event. A strange balloon-like object hovered in the air for hours, defying identification. It wasn't a weather balloon or any known aircraft. Witnesses described it as eerily motionless, with a structure that included propellers but no clear purpose. As videos of the incident circulated online, speculation ran wild. Was it a secret government project, an elaborate hoax, or something far more mysterious? While officials scrambled to provide mundane explanations, they found no definitive answers. Some pointed to similarities with ancient depictions of flying crafts in Japan, such as the Utsurobune, a legendary hollow ship said to have washed ashore in the 19th century. Could this strange relic in the skies of 2020 be connected to those ancient tales? The idea bridges centuries, suggesting a recurring thread of encounters that humanity has yet to fully understand. And as the skies grew quiet once again, the mystery only deepened. In the heart of the Arabian Peninsula lies a landscape so otherworldly, it's often likened to the surface of another planet. Al-Ula, an ancient oasis in Saudi Arabia, is home to monumental rock formations shaped by millennia of wind and sand. Towering spires, natural arches, and massive stones balanced in impossible ways create a scene that feels almost alien. Among these formations is the iconic Elephant Rock, a massive structure that looks like a colossal petrified creature. But beyond the natural beauty lies a deeper mystery. Scattered throughout the region are ancient carvings and ruins, some dating back thousands of years, that suggest a sophisticated understanding of the cosmos. Certain engravings resemble celestial maps, while others depict figures with elongated features that some claim hint at alien influences. Whether the people of Al-Ula were inspired by their unique surroundings or something beyond this earth is a question that continues to intrigue researchers. Deep in the jungles of Mesoamerica, ancient artisans created masks that still captivate and mystify. Among the most famous are those crafted by the Olmec and Maya civilizations. These masks, made from jade and other precious materials, often feature elongated faces, wide eyes, and serene expressions. Details that many find strikingly similar to modern depictions of extraterrestrials. Some were used in ceremonies, while others adorned the faces of the dead, believed to guide them to the afterlife. The craftsmanship of these masks is astonishing, but it's their uncanny resemblance to what we now associate with aliens that fuels speculation. Were they inspired by celestial visitors, or do they simply reflect ancient ideals of spirituality and beauty? Adding to the intrigue is the fact that these civilizations had an advanced understanding of astronomy, often aligning their structures and rituals with celestial events. Did their fascination with the heavens come from a deeper connection, or perhaps even contact, with something beyond? As we ponder this, we head to China, where another set of enigmatic masks has recently emerged from the earth, sparking a fresh wave of curiosity. In the quiet fields of Sanxingdui, Sichuan Province, China, a startling discovery was made in 2023 that reignited age-old mysteries. Archaeologists unearthed a series of bronze masks dating back over 3,000 years, their features unlike anything seen before. These artifacts, with their oversized angular eyes, exaggerated ears, and otherworldly proportions, seem to leap straight from the pages of a science fiction novel. The masks were part of a trove linked to the ancient Shu civilization, a culture known for its artistic brilliance and enigmatic practices. But these masks raise questions as sharp as their features. Some researchers see them as ceremonial objects, perhaps symbolizing gods or spirits. Others wonder if they hint at encounters with beings not of this world. Adding to the puzzle, the masks were found alongside relics that suggest advanced metallurgical techniques far ahead of their time. As debates rage on about their origins, one thing is certain: the Sangsingdui masks blur the line between ancient artistry and the unknown. High in the arid deserts of Peru, a discovery unfolded in 2023 that seemed ripped from the pages of some alien book. Researchers revealed few strange mummified bodies, no taller than 2 feet, with elongated skulls, 3 fingers on each hand, and anatomies that defy human biology. Their appearance instantly captured global attention, sparking debates and wild theories. Were these remains ancient extraterrestrial visitors, or were they elaborate hoaxes crafted to deceive? Radiocarbon dating suggested the mummies were over 1,000 years old, and their X-rays revealed unexpected anatomical details, such as metallic implants embedded within their skeletons. While some scientists remain skeptical, dismissing the mummies as clever forgeries, others argue that the evidence is too compelling to ignore. Could these tiny beings be a clue to humanity's long-lost interactions with otherworldly life? As the dust settles in Peru, our attention shifts north to Greenland, where a colossal discovery buried beneath the ice hints at a cataclysmic event from the cosmos. Beneath the icy expanse of Greenland, a colossal secret lay hidden for millennia. In 2018, researchers using ground-penetrating radar uncovered the Hiawatha Crater, a massive impact site stretching over 19 miles in diameter. But it wasn't until recently that new studies revealed even more startling details. Estimated to be tens of thousands of years old, this crater's origins are linked to a meteorite that collided with Earth, unleashing unimaginable energy. Could such an event have shaped not just the physical landscape but also the course of human history? Some theorists believe this impact could have coincided with dramatic climate shifts, possibly influencing early human civilizations. Others propose an even more tantalizing idea, that extraterrestrial materials or even microbial life might have hitched a ride on this cosmic visitor. As scientists continue to drill deeper, both literally and metaphorically, into the secrets of the Hiawatha Crater, the frozen tundra seems to whisper tales of a celestial past. Tucked away in the forests of Bosnia and Herzegovina, the enigmatic stone spheres of Zavidovici have puzzled locals and researchers alike. Scattered across the region, these massive, almost perfectly spherical stones seem too precise to be a product of nature. Some weigh several tons, and their composition, a mix of quartz and sandstone, suggests an origin shrouded in geological mystery. Theories about their purpose range from ancient markers of lost civilizations to naturally formed anomalies. But a last-year reinvestigation of these spheres has reignited debates. Using advanced imaging techniques, researchers have uncovered patterns on their surfaces that appear to be deliberate carvings, possibly inscriptions or maps. Could these markings be messages from an ancient culture, or perhaps even remnants of alien technology? As speculation swirls, skeptics argue that the spheres are merely unique geological formations. Yet standing among these ancient, silent stones, one can't help but feel the weight of time and secrets unknown. In the remote reaches of Russia's Ural Mountains, a discovery was made that defies logic and size. During a geological survey in the 1990s, tiny, intricately crafted spirals were uncovered, buried deep in the sediment along the Narada River. These spirals, composed of tungsten, copper, and molybdenum, are microscopic, some measuring as small as 0.003 inches. What's even more extraordinary is their precision, so exact it suggests they could only have been created with advanced machinery. The spirals have been dated to tens of thousands of years ago, a period when humans were thought to lack such sophisticated technology. Were these the result of ancient Earth-based ingenuity, or could they be remnants of extraterrestrial probes or devices left behind during visits to our planet? Their purpose remains a mystery, but their existence raises profound questions about what might have been happening on Earth long before recorded history. From the vastness of the Ural Mountains, we leap to an even greater frontier, the cosmos. In 2020, astronomers tuned their telescopes toward Trappist I, a star system located 40 light-years away, and detected something unusual. Among its 7 Earth-sized planets, 3 lie in the habitable zone. the perfect distance from their star to support liquid water. But what caught the attention of scientists and dreamers alike were faint radio signals emanating from this star system. Could they be the whispers of an alien civilization? While skeptics point to natural phenomena such as pulsars or stellar flares, others can't help but wonder, are we finally picking up messages from intelligent life? The planets of Trappist I are tidally locked, meaning one side is always bathed in light while the other remains in eternal darkness, a setting straight out of a science fiction tale. These signals, combined with the system's unique conditions, have sparked a frenzy of research and speculation. The mysteries of alien artifacts are just the beginning. Trappist I's planetary system captivated scientists and dreamers alike with its faint, puzzling signals that seem to tease the possibility of alien life. But those signals, though intriguing, aren't the only ones reaching us from the vast depths of space. Far beyond Trappist I, the universe delivers something even more mysterious: fast radio bursts, or FRBs. These brief, millisecond-long flashes of radio waves have been detected from billions of light-years away, their origins cloaked in cosmic mystery. At first, scientists thought FRBs were one-off anomalies, perhaps the result of massive stars collapsing or black holes colliding. But then came the repeaters, FRBs coming from the same location over and over again. Could this be a deliberate signal? Some theorists suggest FRBs might be the handiwork of an advanced alien civilization, using bursts of energy as a cosmic beacon. Unlike the faint signals from Trappist I, these bursts are unbelievably powerful, momentarily outshining entire galaxies. But if these are messages, what could they mean? Are they trying to communicate, or simply broadcasting their presence? The idea that we might be intercepting alien communications transforms these bursts into something more than just cosmic noise. As we continue to decode these cryptic signals, it's worth asking, are we ready to respond? As we grapple with the mysteries of the cosmos, a question lingers. What if aliens aren't traveling vast distances to reach us, but instead slipping through the fabric of reality itself? This is the crux of the interdimensional beings theory. The idea that extraterrestrials might not come from other planets but from entirely different dimensions coexisting alongside our own. It's a concept that blurs the lines between science and the supernatural, igniting speculation and wonder. Supporters of this theory point to strange phenomena that defy conventional explanation: UFOs that appear and disappear instantly, abduction stories where time seems to warp, and sightings of entities that don't quite match our idea of physical beings. Could these events be glimpses into parallel dimensions? Quantum physics hints that multiple dimensions might exist, and if that's true, advanced civilizations could have unlocked the ability to move between them, popping into our reality like shadows passing through a veil. The theory suggests that their visits might not be random, but purposeful, observing or even guiding us from a realm just out of reach. What if we've been looking in the wrong place all along? While we've set our sights on the stars, some theorists suggest that alien life might not be above us, but beneath us. The subterranean alien civilization theory posits that advanced beings could be living deep within the Earth, hidden in vast networks of underground caverns, shielded from human detection. After all, the Earth's crust holds countless unexplored spaces, from immense cave systems to oceanic trenches deeper than Mount Everest is tall. This theory gains traction from unexplained phenomena like mysterious subterranean sounds, low-frequency hums that seem to come from nowhere, or ancient myths about underground realms inhabited by advanced beings. Could these stories be rooted in reality? Proponents argue that an underground civilization would have several advantages: protection from meteors, climate disasters, and even human discovery. If such beings exist, they might have been here for millennia, monitoring humanity from their hidden vantage points, emerging only when necessary. The eerie silence of these possibilities leaves us questioning what might lie beneath our feet. When we think of UFOs, we often picture sleek metallic spacecraft cruising through the skies. But what if we've been mistaken all along? A growing theory suggests that UFOs may not be physical objects but energy-based life forms, beings composed entirely of plasma or other forms of energy, moving and behaving in ways that defy our understanding of physics. This idea reshapes the narrative entirely. UFOs might not be vehicles but the entities themselves. Supporters point to sightings where UFOs change shape, color, or brightness in an instant, behaviors more in line with energy phenomena than rigid machinery. Plasma, a state of matter found in lightning or stars, can mimic these characteristics, leading some to believe that these sightings are glimpses of life that exists in a form we can barely comprehend. Could these energy beings be observing us or perhaps interacting with the electromagnetic field surrounding our planet? As we struggle to classify them, they remain an enigma, shimmering at the edge of understanding. In recent years, the night sky has been transformed. Starlink satellites, launched by SpaceX, now form dazzling chains of lights visible from Earth. While these satellites aim to revolutionize global internet access, their sudden appearance has sparked wild speculation. Could aliens be using our technology, or even studying it? The idea may seem far-fetched, but consider this. Starlink is creating a vast network of interconnected nodes, blanketing the planet in a web of signals. If extraterrestrial observers are monitoring us, wouldn't such a technological marvel capture their attention? Theorists suggest that aliens might use these satellites as markers to track human progress, or even as a means to piggyback their own signals into our communication networks. Some UFO sightings have coincided with Starlink launches, sparking debate over whether we're seeing satellites, alien probes, or something more complex. As humanity's technological reach extends, it raises a question: are we inadvertently inviting contact? With our skies now brighter and busier than ever, we have to wonder if we're being observed, or even guided. And this brings us to a tantalizing question: what if aliens have been watching us all along, like unseen spectators in a grand experiment? Imagine Earth as an elaborate enclosure in a cosmic zoo. This is the essence of the zoo hypothesis, a tantalizing theory suggesting that extraterrestrial civilizations are observing us from afar, deliberately avoiding contact to preserve our natural development. Like wildlife researchers, these advanced beings might be studying us, cataloging our behaviors, and monitoring our evolution without interference. It's a chilling thought. What if every technological leap, every monumental event has been silently witnessed by an unseen audience? Supporters of this theory argue that the eerie silence in the universe, the so-called Fermi paradox, might not mean we're alone, but rather that we're being deliberately ignored. Some point to unexplained phenomena like the sudden bursts of UFO activity during pivotal historical moments, as evidence of check-ins from our cosmic caretakers. Are we part of some grand experiment, observed with curiosity and caution? The zoo hypothesis forces us to confront an unsettling possibility: that we're not the apex of intelligence, but merely one species in a galactic catalog. Beneath the cold, dark waters of the Baltic Sea, something ancient may be lurking. In recent years, divers and researchers have uncovered strange, fossilized remains deep below the surface. Massive bones, unusual formations, and unidentifiable structures that have sparked a wave of speculation. Could this be proof of a prehistoric sea monster, a creature that once ruled the depths of the north? Among the discoveries, one of the most baffling is a set of gigantic vertebrae-like structures partially buried under layers of sediment. Some scientists believe these could belong to an unknown species of massive marine reptile, possibly a remnant of the Mesozoic era. Others argue they might be natural rock formations, their eerie symmetry nothing more than a trick of nature. But the perfect alignment of these massive segments suggests otherwise. Local fishermen have long told stories of something huge and unexplainable moving beneath the waves. Some claim to have seen shadowy figures gliding just below the surface, too large to be any known marine life in the region. Could these accounts be connected to the recently discovered remains? The Baltic Sea's icy depths have preserved shipwrecks and artifacts for centuries. If a creature once roamed these waters, its remains could be incredibly well preserved, waiting for discovery. Not all mysteries of the deep take the form of lost ships or ancient creatures. Some are right beneath us, carved into the very fabric of the ocean floor. In several locations across the world, perfectly symmetrical circular holes have been discovered at depths where no human hand or known marine life could have created them. These formations stretch across vast areas, forming geometric patterns that seem too precise to be random. One of the most famous sites was discovered by NOAA researchers in 2022 during an expedition near the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. At a depth of 1.6 miles, they encountered a series of evenly spaced holes running in straight lines along the seabed. At first glance, they looked like drill sites, yet no known equipment or natural process explains their creation. What's even stranger is that these formations have been found in multiple regions, from the Pacific depths near California to the icy waters of the Arctic. Some scientists suggest they may be the work of deep-sea organisms burrowing into the sediment, but no creatures have been observed making these marks. Others theorize that escaping methane gas or volcanic activity could have punched through the ocean floor in an eerily uniform way. But the perfect spacing of the holes, along with their consistent size, makes this explanation hard to accept. And then there are the more unusual theories. Some speculate that the holes could be remnants of ancient structures now buried under shifting ocean currents, their original purpose long lost. Others wonder if they might be evidence of unknown technology, perhaps even something not of this world. What makes these formations truly baffling is the fact that, despite multiple research missions, no one has ever witnessed them being formed. They simply appear, unchanged, unexplained, and waiting for answers. In 2001, a research team using sonar technology stumbled upon something astonishing deep beneath the waters of Cuba's western coast. At a depth of 2,000 feet, their scans revealed what appeared to be large, symmetrical structures, some shaped like pyramids, others resembling city streets and plazas. The formations stretched across an area of more than 7.7 square miles, far too structured to be a natural formation. The discovery sent shockwaves through the archaeological community. If these were truly man-made structures, they would have to date back over 50,000 years, a time when no known civilization should have been capable of constructing anything so advanced. The implications were staggering. Had an ancient, unknown people built a city here, only to have it swallowed by rising seas? Or was this something else entirely? For years, debate has raged over what these structures could be. Some researchers argue they resemble Mesoamerican architecture, drawing comparisons to the pyramids of the Maya. Others believe they might be even older, possibly remnants of a civilization predating recorded history. But with no confirmed artifacts, inscriptions, or human remains, the mystery remains unsolved. Adding to the intrigue, the Cuban government has been tight-lipped about further investigations. Some suspect that a more detailed exploration has already taken place, but the results are being kept under wraps. Conspiracy theories have flourished, with some claiming that these ruins are linked to the legend of Atlantis, while others suggest they could be evidence of an ancient catastrophe that reshaped the world. The further we descend into the ocean, the closer we get to what feels like another planet. At the very bottom of the Mariana Trench, nearly 7 miles beneath the surface, lies one of the most extreme environments on Earth. No sunlight reaches these depths. The pressure is so intense that few life forms should be able to survive. And yet, down in the darkness, some of the strangest creatures ever discovered thrive. Exploration missions have captured eerie footage of transparent beings, fish with no eyes, and creatures that glow in complete darkness. Then there are the unexplained structures. In 2016, scientists using deep-sea drones discovered a perfectly smooth, circular hole in the trench floor, unlike anything seen before. It appeared artificial, yet there was no evidence of human activity in the area. Another expedition recorded strange sounds, deep, resonating noises with no identifiable source. Some speculate they could be calls from an unknown species, one that has adapted to life in the extreme cold and pressure. Some researchers believe the trench could still hide undiscovered giants, ancient predators that have remained hidden in the darkness. Others suggest the unique conditions of the trench might even support microbial life unlike anything found on Earth, potentially offering clues about what might exist on other planets. The deeper we explore, the more we realize how little we truly understand about the world beneath us. Not all lost worlds belong to the future. Some have been swallowed by the sea, their secrets hidden for thousands of years. Off the coast of France, beneath the Mediterranean, lies the Ksker Cave, an ancient site accessible only to skilled divers. Discovered in 1985, it contains something truly chilling: hundreds of human handprints, eerily pressed into the rock, frozen in time. These handprints, estimated to be over 27,000 years old, are unlike ordinary cave paintings. Some appear distorted, as if the fingers were missing or deliberately shortened. Others are arranged in patterns that researchers still struggle to decipher. Were these markings a form of early communication, a warning, or part of a ritual we no longer understand? The cave also contains paintings of extinct animals, giant deer, wild horses, and even penguin-like birds, evidence of an ecosystem that no longer exists. But it's the hands that leave the strongest impression. Some archaeologists believe they could be symbols of survival, left behind by early humans facing an unforgiving world. Others suggest something more unsettling, that the missing fingers could have been intentional, part of a long-lost custom involving amputation, sacrifice, or self-inflicted pain. The fact that this cave is now completely submerged adds another layer of mystery. When these handprints were made, the Mediterranean coastline was miles away. Rising sea levels eventually drowned the cave, turning it into an underwater time capsule. What other secrets might still be hiding in the depths, just waiting to be discovered? Far beneath the surface of the Bering Sea, hidden in the cold abyss, lies something few people have ever heard of. Jemchug Canyon, the largest underwater canyon on the planet. It dwarfs the Grand Canyon, plunging to depths of 8,530 feet, a world so unexplored that it might as well belong to another planet. Unlike most deep-sea environments, Jemchug Canyon isn't just an empty void, it's teeming with strange alien-like life forms. Scientists have discovered entire forests of giant deep-sea corals, some centuries old and unlike anything seen in shallow waters. Enormous barrel sponges, bizarre glass sponges, and bioluminescent jellyfish drift through the darkness, creating an almost surreal landscape. But it's the mysterious structures on the canyon floor that have puzzled researchers the most. Some areas appear smooth and polished, as if something massive once moved across the seafloor, leaving deep scars in the sediment. Others contain strange ridges and geometric formations, possibly natural but eerily symmetrical. Could they be remnants of an ancient landslide or something far less understood? Deep-sea cameras have also captured unexplained flashes of light, appearing and disappearing without any known source. Some believe they could be the result of deep-sea volcanic activity, or something even stranger, unknown life emitting its own energy in the canyon's perpetual darkness. Despite its size, Jemchug Canyon remains largely unexplored. The crushing pressures and freezing temperatures make deep dives incredibly difficult, and much of what lies in its depths is still completely unknown. Could there be species lurking in the canyon that science has yet to identify? Some experts believe it's possible, especially given how little of the deep ocean we've actually seen. The ocean is full of strange sounds, whale songs, shifting tectonic plates, the groaning of icebergs breaking apart. But in 1997, scientists listening in on the depths of the Pacific Ocean recorded something that still defies explanation. A sound so loud, so powerful, that it was picked up by multiple hydrophones thousands of miles apart. They called it the Bloop. At first, some believed it was a signal from an unknown species, perhaps a massive, undiscovered sea creature lurking in the abyss. The sound had an organic quality, rising and falling like the call of a living thing. But there was a problem. If it had been made by an animal, that creature would have to be larger than even the blue whale, the biggest known living thing on Earth. Over the years, theories emerged. Some scientists suggested the bloop was caused by ice quakes, massive blocks of ice breaking away from Antarctic glaciers. Others believed it could be connected to deep-sea volcanic activity, yet the way the sound traveled, its unique pattern and speed, didn't quite match anything known. That hasn't stopped speculation. Some still believe the bloop is evidence of something lurking deep in the Pacific, a prehistoric leviathan, or even something more bizarre, an intelligent species hiding beneath the waves. The fact that no sound quite like it has been recorded since only adds to the mystery. Whatever caused the bloop, the truth is still buried somewhere in the ocean's vast, uncharted depths. Off the coast of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, an underwater world unlike any other has taken shape. Here, over 400 life-sized human statues stand frozen in time, their faces locked in silent expressions, their bodies slowly being consumed by coral. It's called the Silent Evolution, and it is one of the largest underwater art installations ever created. At first glance, the statues seem like ruins, as if an ancient civilization had been swallowed by the sea. But they are the work of sculptor Jason DeCaires Taylor, designed not just as art but as a new kind of artificial reef, meant to attract marine life and create a thriving ecosystem. Over time, the ocean has claimed them. Coral has grown over faces, fish weave between their arms, and the once smooth surfaces have been reshaped by the tides. Yet something about them feels unsettling. The way they stare blankly into the blue, the way they stand in organized groups, almost as if frozen mid-ritual. Some figures appear trapped, their heads encased in coral, their bodies barely visible beneath layers of marine life. Others are posed in everyday activities, reading, talking, sitting, yet their placement on the ocean floor makes them seem almost like ghosts of a drowned world. These statues serve a purpose. They protect the nearby natural reef by redirecting divers to a place where their presence won't cause harm. But at the same time, they have taken on an eerie, almost otherworldly presence of their own. What was once a project of art and conservation has transformed into a haunting reminder of how quickly nature reclaims what we leave behind. Beneath the murky waters of Rock Lake, a quiet body of water in Wisconsin, something unexpected is hidden. Submerged stone structures, arranged in pyramid-like formations, rest at the bottom of the lake. For decades, divers and researchers have argued about what they could be. Local legends have long spoken of an ancient civilization that once thrived in this region, one that built towering structures before the land was swallowed by water. In the early 1900s, fishermen reported seeing strange shapes beneath the surface, and in the 1930s, aerial surveys revealed dark geometric patterns in the lakebed. Sonar scans later confirmed it. There is something down there. Some archaeologists believe the structures could be linked to the Aztlan people, a mound-building civilization that lived in the area over 1,000 years ago. If so, this would be one of the oldest underwater ruins in North America. But others argue that these formations could be even older, evidence of a lost culture that predates recorded history. Skeptics claim the pyramids could just be natural rock formations, shaped by glaciers or shifting sediments. But if that were true, why do some of the stones appear precisely stacked, as if placed by human hands? And why have similar structures been found in other lakes across the Midwest? For now, Rock Lake keeps its secrets. The murky waters make deep exploration difficult, and full-scale excavations have yet to take place. But if these underwater pyramids are truly man-made, they could change what we know about the ancient history of North America. Since its discovery in 1985, the wreck of the Titanic has been one of the most famous underwater sites in the world. But something strange is happening, it's vanishing. The ship that once symbolized human ambition and tragedy is being eaten away, not by time, but by something far smaller. Scientists studying the wreck have found that the Titanic is being consumed by a newly discovered strain of bacteria, one that feeds on metal. This bacteria, unknown until recently, is breaking down the ship's steel at an alarming rate. Estimates suggest that within a few decades, much of the wreck could be completely gone, reduced to nothing but a rusty outline on the ocean floor. Even more unsettling, certain parts of the wreck are already missing. Some claim that natural decay is to blame, while others believe unauthorized salvage missions have stripped pieces away. Some even wonder if something unexplained could be at work, an unknown force at the bottom of the Atlantic, hastening the ship's disappearance. For now, the Titanic remains, its broken hull a silent witness to history, but it won't last forever. One day, future explorers may dive to its coordinates and find nothing but an empty seabed. The greatest ship ever built is fading into the abyss, and soon, all that will remain are the stories it left behind. In the Yucatan Peninsula, beneath dense jungles, a secret world of water flows unseen. The region is home to thousands of cenotes, natural sinkholes that lead to a vast underground river system stretching for hundreds of miles. This network, hidden beneath the land, is one of the longest known underground rivers in the world. Divers who enter these flooded caves find otherworldly landscapes, crystal clear waters, enormous caverns, and limestone formations untouched by time. But these cenotes are more than just natural wonders. They were sacred to the ancient Maya, who believed them to be portals to the underworld. In many of these caves, divers have found human remains, pottery, and ceremonial offerings suggesting they were used for rituals, sometimes even sacrifices. The discovery of hundreds of skeletons in some cenotes points to a dark history, one that archaeologists are still unraveling. The Yucatan's underwater rivers remain largely unexplored, with new tunnels being mapped every year. What else might be hiding in these flooded chambers, waiting to be uncovered? In 2011, a team of Swedish treasure hunters scanning the bottom of the Baltic Sea made a discovery that left the world stunned. Their sonar equipment picked up a massive, disc-shaped object resting 300 feet below the surface. Measuring around 200 feet in diameter, its shape was striking, eerily similar to the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. But this was no movie set. When divers reached the site, things got stranger. The object appeared to have unnatural grooves and stair-like formations, as if it had been shaped rather than naturally formed. Even more bizarre, their equipment malfunctioned when they got too close. Compasses, satellite phones, and cameras all stopped working near the anomaly. So what is it? Some researchers insist it's just a rock formation carved by glaciers, but others aren't so sure. The perfect symmetry and unusual material suggest something more. Some speculate it could be a crashed UFO, hidden beneath the sea for thousands of years. Others believe it might be the remains of an ancient human structure, built during an era now long forgotten. So far, no conclusive evidence has been found. Further expeditions are planned, but for now, the Baltic Sea anomaly remains one of the ocean's greatest unsolved mysteries. Just off Israel's coast, beneath the waters of Atlet Bay, lies one of the oldest sunken settlements ever discovered. Dating back 9,000 years, the village of Atlet Yam was once a thriving community, until the sea claimed it. Divers exploring the site have uncovered stone houses, burial sites, and even a well, all perfectly preserved beneath layers of silt. One of the most haunting finds is a circle of massive standing stones, arranged in a way that suggests it might have been used for rituals. Was this an early form of a Stonehenge-like site hidden beneath the sea? Even stranger, human skeletons found at the site reveal signs of tuberculosis, making Atlet Yam one of the earliest known examples of the disease in human history. Could it be that a plague contributed to the village's downfall, before the rising sea levels finally buried it forever? Scientists believe a tsunami may have been the final blow, wiping out the settlement and leaving it hidden beneath the Mediterranean for thousands of years. Today, Atlet Yam remains largely unexplored, but it's proof that entire civilizations can vanish beneath the waves, just like another strange underwater structure, one that has puzzled experts for decades. Off the coast of Japan's Yonaguni Island, resting nearly 85 feet below the surface, lies something that defies explanation. A massive stone structure with sharp angles, steps, and flat terraces sits on the ocean floor, an underwater pyramid-like formation that looks too precise to be natural. First discovered in 1986, the Yonaguni Monument quickly became the center of controversy. Some scientists believe it's just a rare geological formation created by earthquakes and shifting plates. But others argue that the monument is clearly man-made, evidence of an advanced civilization lost to the sea. The most intriguing part? If it is a human-made structure, it would have been built at a time when this area was still above water, meaning the site is at least 10,000 years old. That would place it among the oldest known structures in the world. Could it be proof of an unknown advanced culture that existed long before recorded history? Divers exploring the monument have reported seeing strange carvings on the rocks, markings that resemble ancient symbols or writing. Yet without more research, the mystery remains unsolved. What is hiding beneath the waves, a lost city, or simply the work of nature? To answer that, we turn to a site that is confirmed to be a real sunken city, the world's oldest. In the clear waters off the coast of Greece, an entire city lies frozen in time. Pavlopetri, believed to be over 5,000 years old, is considered the oldest submerged town ever found. Unlike many underwater sites, Pavlopetri's layout is perfectly preserved. Streets, buildings, courtyards, and tombs can still be clearly seen beneath the waves. First discovered in 1967, the city was mapped using advanced sonar, revealing a complex urban design that suggests a sophisticated society once thrived here. Archaeologists have found pottery, tools, and artifacts, indicating that this was a major trade hub before it was swallowed by the sea. So what happened? The leading theory is that earthquakes and rising sea levels slowly pushed Pavlopetri under the water. Unlike Atlantis, often considered a myth, Pavlopetri is real. A city lost not to legend, but to nature itself. The site is now protected, but it remains one of the most significant underwater discoveries in history. It proves that entire civilizations can disappear overnight, leaving only ruins behind. How many more lost cities might still be out there, waiting to be uncovered? That's about it. Write in the comments which find scared you the most. For more useful information, watch other videos.